Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you three selections for tomorrow's racing at Ascot. And I'm going to go to the long distance cup for my first tip of the day. Runs in the 125, and that is Coltrane for David Probert and Andrew Bolden. Couldn't work out why he was 10 to 1. He beat Trushan last time out, who is the favourite for this race. And the others in the race, Eldar Alderov, the St. Ledger winner. I had my concerns about him. I'm not sure he'll stay this trip, and I think the form of his St. Ledger isn't that strong, so I'm quite keen to oppose him. Also, as well, Waterville, you have to respect him after his win in the Irish Lazarevic, but at a 4 to 1, I think the pricing's all wrong with him, and I'm quite keen to take him on as well. Yeah, I think Coltrane is the rock solid one. 10 to 1, I think, is a far too big a price. He should be priced up at 6 to 1, 13 to 2, I think, on form. He beat Trushan, like I say, last time out off level weights. He wasn't in receipt of any weight from Trushan, so that is definitely a little bit concerning there if you're going to be back in Trushan. I just think the last couple of times he's had some hard races, whereas Coltrane has really improved this season as a stair. He won at Royal Ascot as well, so the track should be no problem for him at all. And for me, I think he's far too big price here and is great each way value. So that's why he's going to be my first pick of the day. We then go to my nat, which runs in the Sprint Cup Stakes. I'm going to take a chance here on King's Lynn for the same combination again of David Probert and Andrew Bolden. In this time they'll be in the colours of the King, but I just think King's Lynn, like I say, he's a little bit overpriced here. He's currently available 25 to 1 with Bet365. We're offering 5 places on this race. I'm going to recommend a 1 point each way selection. Now, I put up King's Lynn on my YouTube channel when he finished 4th in the Rouse Stakes last time out at Ascot. That was over 5 furlongs. And if you go back and watch the race, he looks like he's travelling into the race quite nicely, but he just gets outpaced. And then he stays on again very strongly. He was a bit of an eye catcher there. And I just think this step up to 6 furlongs is ideally what he wants. I just think he finds a 5 furlong trip these days maybe a little bit sharp. If you look at his form last season, he really thrived at this time of year. He actually finished second in the Bangor Stakes at this track, which is over 6 furlongs, and he was just a little bit unlucky there, given the weight of the Dream. And then after that, he went on to win a good race at Doncaster over 6 furlongs very comfortably. So I do think this trip will play to his strengths tomorrow. He's drawn in stall 2 tomorrow, which might not be a bad draw. They've been racing over this far side the last couple of meetings at Ascot. Being high has been a negative in the past, and they came over this side last year. So I do think that's going to serve him in good stead. The trip should be fine. The ground should be fine. The draw's not bad. Plenty of pace to take him into the race as well. Brad the Brief, Gareth are going to be probably ridden handy. So that wouldn't concern me at all. And I think in this big field tomorrow, that will really suit him as well. So for me, I think he's a far bigger price here than he should be on paper, and I think this could be his day in the sun. Don Juan Triumphant won this race at a big price for the same connections back in, I think it was 2018 at like 66 to 1. So it has been done before, and I do think King's Lynn could maybe pull off a surprise tomorrow. We then go to my next best of the day, which runs in the last race on the card. It's the Balmoral handicap. I think Tyrrhenian C tomorrow, it could be his day for Andrea Zaney and Roger Varian. Currently available 8 to 1, 6 places on offer, SkyBet. Going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection. Now, this horse, Tyrrhenian C, is an interesting contender. He's a horse that I've been keen to follow over the last 12 months. He was really impressive on the all-weather during the winter, and I thought coming onto the turf he might be able to translate that form. He's had a little bit of a stop-start campaign, but on some of his recent efforts, his 5th at Doncaster, his 3rd at York, he's a real player in here. I think the track at Ascot as well will suit him. He's a strong travelling horse, and I think you can mark up his last time out efforts at Doncaster, where he didn't have the best draws that day, and the ground was probably a little bit against him. But I do think in the race of this nature, I think he has a little bit of class about him. And he's drawn in stall 10 tomorrow, which is going to give Andrea Zaney options on who to follow. I think ultimately he's not in a bad part of the track. I wouldn't want to be drawn too high. I do think they're going to come up the middle. Low probably will be the best place to be tomorrow. So that should be an advantage. He's better off at the weights against some of these rivals as well, the likes of Blue for You, who beat him at York. So yeah, I think Tyrrhenian T tomorrow. I think he might maybe walk in the market. I think quite a few people won't have him at the top of their list, but he is at the top of my list. So yeah, I just had to go with him here, and I think, like I say, it could be his race to win. So he is going to be my last selection of the day. So they're the tips then Champions Day at Ascot tomorrow. Let me know in the comments below who you're going to be backing. If you're enjoying these videos, well, remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe here to the YouTube channel at Lucky Loaders 15. Please remember to gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you again soon.